Saturday in Oneonta, New York. This is college lacrosse, Division III. Oneonta will play host to Cortland in a few minutes. The number 1 and 2 teams in their league, SUNYAC. Cortland won the number 1 seed, leading the league with a 6-0 undefeated record. Oneonta right behind with a 5-1 overall record. So 1 will be playing 2, and this game is for the championship in the league standings, as well as home field advantage for the tournament, which comes up next week. SUNYAC tournament, 1 against 2 here at Oneonta. Final instructions from Coach Moan as Oneonta coming off a tremendous victory over Ithaca earlier this week, which they defeated the number 11 ranked team in the country by a score of 16-9 right here at Oneonta. And they're about to be introduced to the crowd here on a sunny but chilly afternoon in Oneonta. And the Red Dragons from Cortland have just been introduced, but we're rooting for the Oneonta Red Dragons, and this is Mike Lauer. Dan Backey. Midi Mike Masseri. Matt Puerta, the senior attack. The junior from DeWitt, Luke Rabideau. And Dave Kilcourse, who was a monster on face-offs against Ithaca. Number 19, Brian Balash. Brian had a huge game on Wednesday. And from Jamesville to New York, the junior Seth Baker. Anthony Fischiato, senior attack. And finally, Josh Sussman. And there you have the starting lineup of the favorite Red Dragons from Oneonta. Oneonta walks out onto the beautiful surface here at O State to face Cortland. 1 against 2. The two teams that played each other last year for an NCAA bid. Cortland winning it in a close game at 12-9. That game was at Cortland. Mike Lauer goes to the cage. He will be defending for the first 15 minutes, and he's greeted there by his defense of Matt Cook, Josh Sussman, Seth Baker. And Dave Kilcourse will open at faceoff. Dave, the senior from Phoenix, New York. He has Luke Rabideau on one wing and Vince Schettino on the other. Opening faceoff picked up by Luke Rabideau, and Luke's going to use his defenseman to help out with the opening clear. Correction, that was Dan Backey who came up from attack to get the opening faceoff. So Kilcourse 1-0 on the opener. This is Puerta. He's going to go behind the cage, give off to Backey. Dan, left-hand cradle, goes back on top to Masseri. Mike. Oh, pass picked up by Balash. Masseri's hard shot goes over the top of the cage and backed up by Oneonta. Opening possession of the contest. Dan Backey to inbound. Right hand cradle behind the cage. Gives off. Pisciato. Pass in front. We have a bounce shot by Vince. Is stolen by, that bounce shot was saved by the goalie, popped out in front. Clear here by Cortland, and they'll have their first offensive series as they take possession behind the Oneonta State goal. That's Vince Pisciato. Here's a quick shot and saved by, hard shot goes wide left, backed up by Cortland. Played about a minute and a half of the first quarter, both teams with shots on goal. Possession.
Get it, come on guys! Get the ball back!
Cortland. We have a whistle. And we have an illegal play on the part of Cortland. It's going to be O-State ball. Mike Masseri to inbound. Oh, he gets checked on a nice play, but a pick up by Matt Cook, who gives off to Masseri. Masseri into the offensive end. Gives back up on top to Brian Balash. Balash, guarded by a short stick, gives off behind the cage to Dan Backey. This is Backey, cradles left hand, guarded by a long stick, and gives off, and the ball's back on top and back to Vince Schettino. Schettino heads for the goal. Shot saved by the goalie. His second of the quarter. And clear is successful for Cortland as they find themselves. Bad pass goes down on the ground, but it's collected there by Cortland. They have the ball in their offensive box. Second time in the game. Both teams with 2 offensive threats. Nice play there by Sussman. And out goes goalie. And it's collected there by Oneonta and Seth Baker. Baker to give it up on a bounce pass, and it's going to go out of bounds. Cortland ball. Long pass is received by Cortland, and that pass is down on the ground and picked up by Oneonta and Matt Puerta. Matt gets pushed from behind, being checked there, and looks like they're going to let him play. This is Cortland possession. Behind the cage, guarded there by Sussman. This is Seth Baker with his long stick guarding the short stick. Hard shot by the pole. Shot goes wide left, backed up by Cortland. Possession, Cortland. No score. We played about 5 minutes in the opening quarter. Baker on the defense. Shot saved by Mike Lauer, kicked out in front, picked up and grabbed back by. Pass is going to go out of bounds, going to be Cortland ball. Inbound by Cortland. Defense, Rabideau. Pass in front, drop down, save, picked up, Mike Lauer. Mike's going to give off quickly to Oneonta as ball is collected there by. That was Matt, and he gives off to Keith Adler. Adler's defenseman goes down. Nice pass in front. Puerta, left-hand cradle, double team. Sneaks his way through, pass, and taken back out by Pisciato and gives off on top to Mookie. Mookie, top of the offensive box, gonna slow things down. Wait for a cutter. Again, Mark Weber, possession. Looking in front of the cage, nothing there. So Weber pushed out, gets behind the cage to Matt Winchell. Winch with a quick pass, shot, saved by the goalie. Ball down on the ground, collected there and out of bounds. Cortland ball. So both goalies have come up big so far in the beginning stages of this game. Some nice saves. It's a nice clear here by Cortland as they move across midfield into their offensive box. Shot, save in front by Lauer. Ball picked up by Mookie. He's going to try to find Keith Adler. He does, as Adler moves the ball into the offensive box, spinning and slows it down. Goes behind the nets to Dan Backey. Backey guarded by a long stick. And Dan to slow things down as Oneonta appears to be setting up for a cutter. This is Puerta. Puerta guarded and checked. Matt goes down, loses a stick. Ball collected by the goalie, who throws the ball, and it's intercepted by Oneonta. And this is Schettino. Quick pass in here to Puerta, and Puerta, harassed there by a long stick, gives back up on top to Vincent. And Schettino is going to give it back on top to Baylash. Back to Vince, back to Baylash. So they play catch up on top. This is Masseri now. Mike. Again, has to slow things down, gives behind the cage to Dan Backey. No score, first quarter. As expected, two great teams playing very well at this point of the game. This is Baylash. Brian coming off a super game against Ithaca. Pass in front is Anthony. And Anthony's going to try to find an open man, but goes behind the cage. Backey. Ooh, pass goes down on the ground, but collected by Masseri. And Mike is going to take the ball into the offensive box. Gives off to Dan Backey. Backey, right-hand cradle behind the cage to Puerta. And back on top. Schettino. Masseri trying to muscle his way in for a shot. And his shot blocked, but picked up by Schettino. And that pass almost intercepted by Cortland, collected by Backey. And now Baylash. Brian finds shot, save in front of the cage by the goalie. And a clear over the head and chased down by Cortland. Pass is stolen by Oneonta and Matt Cook. And now O-State with the ball again in their offensive end. Pass, shot, goal! And Oneonta opens the score here to the delight of this home crowd with a Brian Baylash goal and take a 1-0 lead over Cortland. 1-0 on a Baylash goal. Dave Kilcourse back on the faceoff. Adler, Rabideau on the wings. 1-0, O-State. And Killer wins the faceoff, as he did so often last week against the 11th ranked Ithaca Bombers. Pass by Matt Cook was saved there, and now it's in the offensive end, and State goes back on offense. This is Dan Backey. On top, Matt Winchell. Winch goes to Mookie, back to Winch. Winchell goes left. Nothing there, gives off to Mark Weber. And Mookie's going to move the ball outside, now behind the cage. This is Dan Backey. Oneonta being very patient in this first quarter. Patience warded off a few minutes ago as they scored the opening goal of the contest. And this is Backey to Mookie. Weber, right-hand cradle, being harassed by a long stick. Going to give off to Matt Winchell. Winch checked, picks up the loose ball. Nice spin move there, but short stick stays on him. That pass goes to Mookie. To Puerta. Matt's shot blocked and picked up by the goalie. And Cortland with the clear. Shot, left-hander, goes in, beats the goalie over his shoulder. It's tied up at a 1 apiece. Dave Kilcourse will face it off. And picked up this time by Cortland. They've got some numbers down here. Quick pass, shot, out of bounds. Shot went wide right.
Defense! All right!
Nice defense there by Matt Cook. Possession, Cortland. They've just come up with their first goal. And defensive play by Oneonta forces the ball down, but Cortland chases it down. Pass. Down on the ground, but picked up by Cortland. Seth Baker plays the defense. And now back behind the cage. Defense, short stick Dave Kilcourse. Nice move by the, the ball is blocked out in front and tried to pick it up. It's collected by Cortland, trying to find the open man. Pass goes out of bounds, could be Oneonta ball.
Go!
Josh Sussman's going to take the ball in and is going to use goalie Mike Lauer for this clear. Lauer beats the 10-second mark, gives off to Baker. Seth trying to find, pass goes out of bounds. Okay, minute to play before this first quarter ends. Shot saved by Mike Lauer, and it's going to bounce out of bounds. Cortland there to back it up. Josh Sussman to guard the inbound pass. Good defense by Sussman, forcing the, there's an intercepted pass by, nice play by Seth Baker. Oh, correction, that's, wasn't Seth, but good defensive play. picked up Lauer. Mike's gonna get out of the crease, gives off to Mitty. Oh, the pass is down on the ground, but it's picked up by O State and collected there by JW. JW Buckworth with that, and this is shot. Oh, beautiful! Behind the pass shot for goal number 2 by either Dan Backey or it was Backey. Unassisted on that play. Goal number 2 for the Red Dragons. James Battaglia on the faceoff. That goal scored with 6.6 seconds. Ball down on the ground. Not a lot of time left, and should be the horn. And that play ends quarter number 1. A dandy with Oneonta scoring a goal with 6 seconds remaining to take a 2-1 lead here at the end of quarter number 1. Oneonta 2, Cortland 1. Dave Kilcourse will open the second quarter, leading 2-1. Dave real successful in the opening quarter facing off. Schettino and Rabideau on the wings. And nice check there by Rabideau, and a nice play by Dave Kilcourse to get possession for Oneonta. So possession O State and Dan Backey. 2-1 Oneonta. And it looks like Mike Masseri is waiting for Mitty to come on, and that is Brian Belash. Brian is already in with 1 goal. He takes his man to the goal pass. And this is Masseri. Hard shot goes over the cage, backed up by Cortland. This is a Cortland clear. Pass over the head, picked up by Baker. Seth on a long pass. O State with some numbers behind the back pass. Oh! Pass in front, ball down on the ground. Exciting sequence there, but collected by Cortland. Defense is Gildersleeve, and they didn't get it across. It's going to be O State ball. They threw it out of bounds. Good defense there by Gildersleeve, and it's Oneonta ball. Seth Baker goes to his goalie, Mike Lauer. And this is Keith Adler. Keith crosses midfield. Coming off it. Oh, we have a whistle. And timeout, I believe, Oneonta. As the crowd cheers their efforts here in the beginning minutes of quarter number 2. Possession, Oneonta. This is after the timeout. They lead it 2-1. Coach Moan wanted to talk. Shot wide left by Masseri. Anthony Pisciato brings the ball into the playing field here. This is Masseri on top. And he goes back to Pisciato. Anthony's pass, a bouncer picked up by Masseri. Masseri almost, somebody came in behind, and we have a whistle. And a steal there by Cortland. And out of bounds should be O State ball. Good ride there by the Oneonta attack, and they'll have possession. Belash with possession. Pass in front, shot. Nice save by the goalie. Pretty play by the Cortland goalie, and it's offense, Cortland. Nice save there by Mike Lauer, and it's going to be a clear to Vinny. Chatino crosses midfield, and possession goes to O State. That was Belash to Masseri, back to Bryan. Bryan makes a move toward the goal. Pass in front. Bounce shot goes wide right, backed up by O State. It was a good look by Oneonta on that play. Belash made a nice fake, gave off, and a shot went wide right. This is Puerta. Matt, guarded by large defenseman, gives off to Mookie. Mookie comes in from the sideline, left-hand cradle. Guarded by a short stick. Weber's going to go behind the cages, stolen by the goalie. And a nice play. And Cortland with possession. And some numbers here. Oh, long stick. Goes coast to coast for their second goal. 2-2. Dave Kilcourse back on the faceoff. Rabideau and Adler on the kick.
Right, pick it up. Get it right.
And picked up by Cortland. And they move their ball again with that long stick, moving it into the offensive end, and they'll settle things down. This is the defense. Seth Baker. So Cortland possession. They've just tied it up at 2 apiece. We got about 10 minutes to play before the half. And a great contest so far. Shot, save, Lauer, he's going to take it. Mike's going to take it himself, gives off to Adler, bounces it, but we have a whistle and a flag on the play. And we'll see who it's against. First man-up opportunity, this for Oneonta, the first flag of the game. And O State will be a man-up for about a minute. They have possession. Belash shot goes out of bounds, backed up by Dave Cortland. It's going to be Oneonta ball. Man up. Shot again over the cage, out of bounds. Okay, this is Mike Masseri. Man up situation for Oneonta. Looking for the open man. Shot goes again right of the cage, out of bounds. Okay, we're down to about 5 seconds left of the penalty. Shot. Save in front and picked up by, I think, Dan Backey. The shot was deflected by the goalie and picked up by Dan. He finds the loose ball and the goal. It's 3-2 O State. So again, Kilcourse back on the faceoff. Muscling his way. And picked up by James Battaglia. James, left-hand cradle into the offensive end. Is going to give it up to Dan Backey. Dan cradles behind the cage, guarded by a long stick. And this is Sean Sullivan. Sean's going to give off to Ben Blaisdell. Ben gives off to Battaglia. James, right-hand cradle, being guarded, again, way out on top by a long stick. Defensive midi. And now behind the cage. Oneonta spreading things out here. Blaisdell. Ben Guarded by a short six, and try to take it into the cage. His pass real quickly to shot, bounces in front, saved by the goalie. Good shot there by Oneonta. And there's a double team, but it's split by the midi from Cortland, and they have possession. Cortland trails it 3-2. Second quarter, Oneonta on top by 1. 7 minutes and about 10 seconds to play. Defense, Sean Sullivan. Shot goes over the cage, out of bounds. Oh, pass down on the ground. Picked up by Sussman. We have a push. They're going to give it to Cortland. Cortland with possession here. All right. Ball down on the ground, picked up by Josh. Sussman on a quick pass to Seth Baker. Seth looks to clear and does to Blaisdell. And Ben's going to walk the ball into the offensive end and slow things down by going to Dan Backey at the 6:16 mark, second quarter. 3-2 O State. This is Vince Schettino. Oneonta playing with a lot of confidence against the number 5 team. Cortland. This is Puerta. This is Masseri. Mike gives back behind to Dan Backey. Again, Oneonta spreading things out to Vince Schettino. Masseri looking down.
There it is.
Oh, shot goes over the top of the cage, but again, another good look by O State. That's a good ride there by Pisciato, but Cortland maintains possession.
Defense!
4 minutes and 45 seconds remaining before the half. 3-2 Oneonta. Defense, Kilcourse. Pass in front of the cage, down on the ground. Somebody needs that loose ball. And coming away with it is Vince Schettino. Vince going to be double teamed and is eventually pushed out of bounds. And we have a flag on the play. Schettino, double teamed, draws a flag. It'll be a man-up situation for O State. So as you can see, it's a 1 minute penalty on Cortland. Okay, Brian Baelish is gonna bring the ball into the offensive zone for Oneonta. This a 1 minute extra man opportunity for O State, and they threw the ball away.
All right, come on.
They go to the goalie.
Wait.
This is a nice ride so far, and just managed to get it across. Oh, nice check there by JW. And we have a whistle on the play. Timeout, Cortland. So this is after the Cortland timeout. Double team there, but oh, nice check, but picked up by Cortland. Pass in front of the cage goes.
No, get out of there! Come on, guys!
Collected by Mike Lauer to Josh Sussman. Josh easily gets the ball across midfield. And it looks like there's an offsides penalty on Cortland, at least the crowd was calling. Puerta, he gets checked, ball down. Going to be an offsides penalty on Cortland. Man opportunity for O-State. 30-second opportunity for Oneonta with a man up. Unsuccessful last time. They had a minute.
There it is. There it is.
Bayless shot wide right, backed up by Oneonta. That was Anthony who chased the ball out of bounds. It's Oneonta ball. 2:29 to play before the half. Masseri checked by a long stick. And that pass is going to go out of bounds. Should be Oneonta ball. Okay, Vince. Vince is going to, well, now he's got all kinds of lacrosse balls. But this one will be the official one on the field. This is Schettino. Both teams full strength, but possession Oneonta. Opening half. Got about 2 minutes to play. Oneonta on top 3-2. This is Brian Belash. And Oneonta is really spreading it out. And this is Puerta. Matt on a nice spin move, nice check by the defenseman. It's a good play and double teamed, but a nice clear across the timeline. Ball down on the ground though. It's going to be chased, collected by Gildersleeve, and Schettino maintains that he gets checked from behind, loses his slip, his stick, and the ball goes out of bounds. Cortland ball.
Let's go, stay on him! Stay on him! Stay on him! Stay with him!
Anthony with some good defense there, but Oneonta's got it. Excuse me. But that was a good defensive ride there to force the midi to take the ball to the side of the cage. Shot goes over the cage, out of bounds. 52 seconds remaining. Shot underhand goes in for goal number 3 for Cortland.
Let's go, Killer! Let's go, Killer! Shoot, baby!
On the wing, Revenue, Masseri, and Dave Kilcourse at midfield facing off. 48.5 seconds to play before the first half ends. Ball being chased out of bounds. And they give it to White. It's going to be Oneonta. No, correction. They gave it to Red. I don't know how, but red ball. .9 seconds to play before the half. Shot. 4-3. Kilcourse back on the face-off after that fourth goal by Cortland. It's 4-3, and they take the lead for the first time. And we have a push. It's going to be a white ball, so Oneonta trying to get this one back. We'll have 27.1 seconds and Mike Masseri. Masseri to bring the ball into the offensive end. And he gives back on top to Brian Belash, who comes back to Masseri.
17!
Mike moving close to the cage. Guarded by a short stick. He's going to take it in. Shot goal by Masseri! And Michael gets it back. Masseri muscling his way past the short stick and beats the goalie on his left side for the tying goal. And just like that, Oneonta gets it right back. And a great play by Mike Masseri. Kilcourse back on the face-off. And we have a whistle. No, no whistle.
Get him! Don't let him even near there!
Shot goes over the cage to end the first half. And we end the half the way we started the game. We're all tied up. Both teams end with 4 goals. And Oneonta playing with a tremendous amount of confidence here in the first quarter is giving Cortland all they can handle here at Oneonta. Opening face-off, second half. Picked up by Cortland, and we begin the final half. We're deadlocked at 4 here in Oneonta. Shot saved by Mike. And Lauer steps out of the crease, gives off to Masseri. Mike gonna take the ball up. Left side and crosses midfield. This is Brian Belash. He's going to go behind the cage. This is Shatino. Nice look, but the shot goes out of bounds, backed up by Oneonta. Nice grab by Backy. This is Matt Poretta, guarded by a long stick here. Switches to his right hand. Nice maneuver and a shot saved by the goalie. But the pass is intercepted by Masseri, and it's O-State ball in their offensive end. Pass in front, shot behind the back, goes out of bounds. Belash, shot! Beats the goalie on top for the opening score of the second half, Brian Belash. And that goal number 5 for Oneonta, they lead it 5-4. Good start, guys. Dave Kilcourse back on the face-off. Keith Adler on one wing, Luke Rabideau on the other. Ball is kicked forward and chased down by Killer, who gets pushed. And Killer maintains possession, picked up Puerta. Matt's gonna move the ball, and he gets pushed, and no whistle. And this is Cortland ball. Matt Cook possession, as a correction on the defense. Pass in front, shot saved by Mike Lauer. Mike's gonna chase it down, he's out of the cage. Makes a move. He gets double teamed, gets rid of the ball, but it's picked up by Cortland, who's gonna chase it. And Mike's back in front of the cage. Dave Kilcourse playing defense. And the pass goes out of, it's collected by Cortland. He chased it down, keeps possession. Hard shot, goes right of the cage, out of bounds.
Come on, D! Help out!
Goal number 5 for Cortland. Dave Kilcourse back on the face-off. This game's tied up again.
Come on, there he is. Push, push!
Good job.
And Cortland with possession in their offensive zone.
Push him out. There's the shot.
Shot. Just like that. 2 quick goals by Cortland. It's 6-5. White ball. So this time, Oneonta gets possession. Adler walks it in. So Oneonta in their offensive end trying to get one of those 2 goals back here. They trail 6-5. Third quarter. Mookie with possession. Pass to Backy. Dan. And we have a whistle. Warding on Oneonta. Long pass intercepted by Oneonta. Mookie to Adler. Keith trying to take his short stick toward the goal and finds himself behind the goal here. This is Mookie.
Hey, come on, Ref! Oh, man, on the back, too. Let the slashes off like that. Come on, Ref!
This is Blaisdell, left-hand cradle going toward the cage. He gets checked from behind, and we have a whistle. White possession. Dan Backy. And this is Pereira.
Hey, too many men on the field, Ref! Yeah, come on!
We have a flag. It looks like we got offsides. Adler's shot saved low by the goalie, and we have flag down.
Just was counting down.
This is Oneonta's man-up opportunity. Belash, the Masseri cranked up the shoot, but intercepted. A long stick intercepted that pass, and it looks like, the ball is down on the ground and picked up by Cortland. Nice check from behind there. And we have a whistle.
Way to go, Seth. You can't shoot like that.
Okay, both teams full strength.
Come on, come on! Help him out! Give a shot!
Oh, get him! Come on, stay on him! Good job, Josh!
Shot saved by Lauer.
Seth! Get the goal, baby!
Ball picked up by Mike. We have a whistle. So Cortland with possession. They have a 6-5 lead here in the third quarter.
Come on, guys.
Good defense there by Sussman. Facing pass. Shot. And it is a goal. Dave Kilcourse.
Oh, there you go,
And Kilcourse wins the face-off, and the ball's thrown away. Oh boy, that shot almost went in. Wow. It was a long shot. Didn't know if, oh boy. They're gonna run on the whistle. Shot goes over the top of the cage out of bounds.
They started right up. Yeah, we're not bouncing.
Defense is Seth Baker.
Watch him!
Take his stick away!
Stay with him!
Come on, Seth!
Battaglia on the defense.
DJ! Come on, take a shot. Come on, boys! Defense! Go!
Shot, flag down. Okay, man down possession for Oneonta.
All right, watch it! Come on, man down! Come on, man down! Yeah!
Oneonta's shot saved by Mike Lauer.
Get out of here!
Mike's going to give it off to Sussman. Josh trying to find an open man. Goes back to Lauer. Mike going to take the ball up. Finds the midi, Mike Masseri. Mike splits two defenders, takes the ball into the offensive box where he is double, triple team, and we have a whistle. And a whistle on the play. We got to see what's going on here. Two-man advantage. Two-man advantage for Cortland, and they score two-man up goal. Dave Kilcourse back on the face-off. Ball bouncing, collected by Cortland. Quick pass, and they have some numbers here. Shot saved by Lauer in front. Ball down, a loose ball situation here. Picked up Sussman, and it's stolen back by Cortland. Shot save! Again, this is a man down situation for Oneonta, and Mike Lauer comes up big again. Clear from Rabideau to Matt Cook. Matt's got to give it off to a midi, get some help here. Oh, he loses it, and picked up by Cortland. And both teams at full strength, but Cortland on a quick run here. And they're going to switch middies. Defense, Dave Kilcourse. There's a double team there.
Somebody's open over there, watch it!
Shot in front, save Mike. Clear to Sussman. Josh gonna cross midfield with his big stick and looking to give up to a midi, and he does to Brian Balash. Brian, right hand cradle, goes toward the cage, loses his man. Quick pass, goes down on the ground, picked up Puerta. Puerta double teamed again. Hard shot goes wide right. This is Pisciato, Anthony. Right hand cradle goes off to Masseri. Mike looking to muscle his way back in toward the cage.
Move it!
He's going to give it up to Vince Schettino. Schettino. He's going to take it. A nice pass was intended for Backy. It goes out of bounds. Cortland ball. Nice ride there by Oneonta, forcing Cortland to drop the ball, but they do maintain possession. We got about a minute and a half before the third quarter ends.
Yeah, come on!
Come on, Seth!
Baker on the defense.
Get this!
Come on, Seth!
Strip him!
Nobody on it.
There it is! Yeah!
Pass gonna go out of bounds. Good defense by the O State Red Dragons. Matt Cook to inbound on the whistle. Gives it up to Mike Lauer. Mike to
Help man, easy!
Keith Adler. Be great if Oneonta could get one back right here with the final minute of play here in the third quarter. They've been outscored 4-1
Let's get one.
in the third quarter. This is Puerta. Nice pass. Oh! Pass was out in front. There's a nice clear, but a steal by Oneonta. They're on a break. Pass. Shot goes wide right. Back up. O State. Pisciato quickly to take the ball inbounds. Anthony, left-hand cradle. Looking for an open man here. Pass out of bounds.
Come on, out of bounds, out of bounds.
Pass over here to the short long stick. We've got about 10 seconds to play. It's a clear by Cortland. And that shot is going to go wide right at the buzzer. And an unfortunate quarter for O State. Score was tied at the half at 4-4, and they got outscored 4-1, but it's still a 3-goal game and 15 minutes to play. Okay, Dave Kilcourse returns to the face at midfield. This is the opening face-off of the final 15 minutes of play. And it starts well for Oneonta as they win the opening face-off. Dave Kilcourse with possession, and he's going to give it up to Mike Masseri, and we'll get a midi change here as Belash hangs on to the ball. Oneonta has given up 3 unanswered goals and needs one now, as Baelish trying to look for that shot or pass correction. This is Vinny. He was pushed out by the short stick, and now Belash. Puerta trying to back his way in, and his effort is intercepted by Cortland, and they have possession. Cortland with the ball. Defense here is Masseri. And Cortland being patient here with a 3-goal lead. Defense there is Brian Belash. And he makes a nice check, ball down on the ground, but collected and shot by Cortland out of bounds. 12 minutes, 12 seconds to play. Final quarter. 8-5 Cortland. And this is Baelish on the defense as the midi moves back. Looks like Cortland's probably taking some clock, being very patient here in the fourth quarter. They have a 3-goal lead and the ball.
Come on, strip him!
There's a pass back on top. The ball goes down and it's going to be chased. Goes out of bounds. Going to be O-State ball. Keith Adler is going to bring the ball in by passing to his goalie, Mike Lauer, and now to Seth Baker. Seth, quick pass to Mike Matt Cook, who is tripped. Goes down, possession, and we have a whistle.
Come on,
10 minutes and 46 seconds to play. Cortland with possession. Adler on the defense. Again, they're being very patient, taking a lot of clock with a 3-goal lead. This is Sussman on the defense. Interception by Sussman. Ball down. Josh picks it up. He gets checked. And it's pushed forward but picked up by Cortland. So Cortland finding those ground balls here. And Oneonta back on defense. Nine minutes and 40 seconds, so a minute's gone by with not even a shot. Battaglia on the defense.
come on, knock him down!
Let's go!
Shot in front, picked up by Blaisdell. Clears to Seth Baker. Bake gives off to Puerta, and now Oneonta on the attack. This is Blaisdell. His pass goes down and intercepted by Cortland. And a nice defensive play. The ball goes down, just barely stays in bound, and picked up by Cortland. And again, they possess the ball with 8:24 to play in the contest.
Get one, get one. Challenge him, man!
Pass in front, shot. Beats Mike. Goal number 9. Dave Kilcourse back on the faceoff at midfield. Rabideau Shatino on the wings. Faceoff here with about 8 minutes to play. It's won by Kilcourse. About 8 to play. Oneonta down 4. Needs some help by the offense. This is Puerta. Correction. Shatino. 7 minutes and 35 seconds to play. here at Oneonta. Schettino trying to muscle his way in for a shot. Gives it back up on top to Messeri. He goes to Belash. Bryan, left-hand cradle shot, saved by the goalie. And this, yet another clear and dropped. But double, triple team there, ball down on the ground and letting them play. This is Messeri, picks up a one-hand pickup. Got Oneonta with some numbers, a shot, goal by Mike Messeri from downtown. And Oneonta stops the bleeding with its 6th goal and cuts it to 3 again. That's Messeri with the goal. Just under 7 minutes to play. Kilcourse on the face. And wins another one, but his pass goes out of bounds. So a clear by Cortland finds them in their offensive box with 6:30 to play.
Come on, hit him!
Kilcourse defending. Shot saved by Mike Lauer.
What are you looking at? Come on, Rip! Play on, relax.
This is Kilcourse trying to get across midfield. Gives it up to Josh Sussman, who finds JW into the offensive end, and Dan Backey. So Oneonta with possession. The last time they possessed the ball, they scored on a Mike Messeri shot. This is Backey giving back to
Come on, let's go!
Vince Schettino. Vince taps his head to call out the play at the 5:30 mark. He's going to take his man. Passes off to Belash. Bryan chases down the loose ball. Has possession. Bryan checked from behind. Gives off to Schettino. Vince
Come on, let me move it, babe!
on top to Messeri. Mike back to Vincent.
Come on, let's go, we need the time!
5:10 to play. This is Puerta. Matt, left-hand cradle, makes a nice spin move. Another one. He's going to take his man. Long stick shot out of bounds. That was called a pass. And the possession crosses midfield with Cortland. 4 minutes and 38 seconds to play. 3-goal deficit. O-State needs possession. Oh, and that shot goes underneath Mike. For goal number 10. Gildersleeve joins Messeri on the wings, and this is Kilcourse with the face-off, the ball bouncing all over the place in the Cortland end of the field. And get some action here, and it's going to be chased down by Cortland. Okay, a bad pass. And that should be an offsides on Cortland. Going to be O-State ball. You got to be kidding me here. They gave it a push on White, and now the possession goes back to Cortland. 3:46 to play. We're down 4. And that pass is over the head, but it's going to be chased down by Cortland. double team out front by Oneonta, and we have a whistle. Another push on Oneonta, in the opinion of the referee, but certainly not this crowd here at O State. James Battaglia playing some aggressive defense. Gildersleeve on the defense.
Come on, hit him!
Defense, gotta get the ball!
Seth trying to get the ball for the offense, but Cortland maintains possession as they have most of this final quarter. They've used a lot of clock with their 3-goal lead and been able to increase it to 4. It's 10-6 with about 2:28 to play in the contest. Battaglia, a nice check from behind by James, and he picks up the loose ball. Possession. Oneonta, they got to get it into their end quickly, and they go to Sussman. Sussman with the long stick crosses midfield. He's going to try to give it off to a attack to get some offense going here. This is Dan Backey. Backey hangs on as Coach Moan calls a timeout with the Oneonta possession with exactly 2 to play. Okay, this is after the timeout. Mike Masseri is going to try to quickly get one in here. Backey shot. Backed up. Man. Okay, Backey. Shot saved by the goalie out in front. Double team there by Mike Lauer, and a timeout called by Cortland. This is after the Cortland timeout. Flag, shot, save, and another flag. So we have a couple flags here to figure out. We have a situation here where Oneonta's going to be 2-man down.
Don't you dare shoot.
Shot wide left. Looks like Cortland is going to try to pad the lead. They keep shooting. 2-man up situation, out of bounds. This game will end with, unless a goal is scored, with Oneonta playing 2 men down. All right, intercepted by Luke, and he's going to let it fly.
Pick it up, pick it up!
And picked up by Dan Backey. Backey's going to find an open man, and it didn't work. And that play will end the game as Cortland, after battling Oneonta even through most of the first 2.5 quarters, went on a run and got a 3-goal lead and never relinquished it, and ended up winning this one 10-6. But guys, take care of business on Wednesday, and you can play this team again, and you can beat them for the championship. Just remember that.
You know what they're going to do when they watch it? They're going to turn the sound on.
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
Who's that man talking to?